3.9a, number 1. Which fact about the sagebrush plant is beneficial in supporting the structure of the plant and absorbing water for nutrients? A, the leaves are covered with tiny hairs. B, 2 sets of leaves during the year. C, 3 levels of roots. D, a dull gray color. Number 2. All of the following are examples of non-living elements in the ecosystem except F, climate, G, plants, H, nutrients, J, soil. All of the following are examples of non-living elements in an ecosystem except. Number 3. Ecosystems are made of living and non-living elements, which depend on each other for survival. Below are facts about earthworms. Number 1, they search for food at night. Number 2, while searching for food in the soil, they create tunnels. Number 3, they have segmented bodies. Number 4, they are nocturnal. Which fact about the earthworm most benefits plants in their ecosystems? A, fact 1. B, fact 2. C, fact 3. D, fact 4. Which fact about the earthworm most benefits plants in their ecosystem? Number 4. Which of the following is not an example of living and non-living things interacting in their environment? F, birds make nests in trees away from predators. G, isopods burrow in the soil to find food. H, beavers cut down trees to build dams. J, ghost crabs eat clams. Which of the following is not an example of living and non-living things interacting with their environment? 5, in an ecosystem, many organisms work together and each benefit from one another. Students record examples of this beneficial relationship in their journals. Student 1, an oxpecker bird lands on a zebra to eat ticks and other parasites. Student 2, the spider crab lives on the bottom of the ocean where algae grows on its back, and it helps the crab blend in with this environment. Student 3, bacteria lives in the intestines of animals. Animals cannot digest food, all the food it eats, so the bacteria eats what is left. Student 4, spiders build a web on plants. Which student did not give an example of 2 organisms benefiting from one another? Which student did not give an example of 2 organisms benefiting from one another? A, student 1. B, student 2. C, student 3. D, student 4. All right, number 1 on page 3. Bees fly from the flower to flower and pollen sticks to their bodies. The image below shows this interaction. So here we have a bee and here we have the pollen. How does this interaction most benefit flowers? A, bees are provided with nectar for food. B, flowers get pollen from other flowers, which is needed to produce seeds. C, the bees provide oxygen for the flowers, which is needed to produce more flowers. So C says, the bees provide oxygen for the flowers, which is needed to produce more flowers. D, the pollen kills off the bees for its own protection. How does the interaction most benefit flowers of bees using pollen? Number 2, students are studying how organisms interact with the elements in their ecosystem. The chart below is some of the elements that are found in a coastal ecosystem. So I have 2 question marks. So over here we have the egret, the ghost crab, the aquatic plants, sea turtles. On this side we have sunlight, air, water, sand. Which answer choice best completes the titles of the chart? So here we have 2 question marks. So what would be the title here? What would be the title here? Oh, you couldn't see that. All right, I'm going to start over, guys. Students are studying how organisms interact with the elements in their ecosystem. The chart below lists some elements that are found in the coastal ecosystem. All right, so here's our chart. We have 2 titles with a question mark there that you have to figure out what the name should be. On this side, we have an egret, a ghost crab, aquatic plants, sea turtles. On this side, we have sunlight, air, water, sand. Which answer choice best completes the titles of the chart? F, living and non-living. G, animals and survival needs. H, competition and interactions. J, interactions and populations. Number 3. The following are some facts about the Atlantic puffin. The Atlantic puffin is a type of bird, shown in the picture here. Number 1, it builds nests in the sides of cliffs. Fact 2, it has large, bright colored beaks. Number 3, has waterproof feathers. Number 4, it has the ability to carry several fish at a time in its beak. Which of these facts describes how the Atlantic puffin depends on its environment for protection? A, fact 1. B, fact 2. C, fact 3. D, fact 4. Number 4. The chart below shows how organisms interact with an ecosystem. Aztec ants develop colonies inside the stems of cecropia trees. The ants feed on a sugary solution that is produced by small insects on the tree. The ants keep away vines that could cover the tree and other foragers. How does the cecropia tree depend on the Aztec ants to survive? How does cecropia tree depend on Aztec ants to survive? F, the ants produce a sugary solution for food. G, the ants provide oxygen for the tree. H, the ants keep away other invading organisms. J, the ants help the tree reproduce. Number 5. Which answer choice best explains the elements of an ecosystem? A, one organism A, one organism existing in an environment. B, the way an organism interacts with plants and animals in an environment. C, the interaction of all living and non-living things in an area. D, plants and animals competing in an area. Which answer choice best explains the elements of an ecosystem? A, one organism existing in an environment. B, the way an organism interacts with plants and animals in an environment. C, the interaction of all living and non-living things in an area. D, plants and animals competing in an area. Number 6. Trout fish are often found in flowing streams. The picture below shows how beavers build a dam to turn a flowing stream into a still water pond. Here we have the still water pond. Here's the dam that the beaver built around it. And here's the fast flowing stream. What will most likely happen to the trout population in this particular area of the ecosystem? F, the trout population will decrease because its natural habitat has been changed. G, the trout population will increase because the deeper the water has been created. H, the trout population will not change. J, the trout population will increase because the dam helps protect them. What will most likely happen to the trout population in this particular area of the ecosystem? Number 7. A liana is a long-stem, woody vine that has roots in the soil and climbs up the canopy of other trees. How does the action of climbing to the canopy of other trees benefit a liana? A, by absorbing water and providing nutrients. B, by exchanging oxygen with the tree. C, by reaching sunlight. D, by storing water. Number 8. Students create a pond ecosystem in a plastic bottle using an aquatic plant, sand, water, and small rocks. If added by the students, which of the following will be the most beneficial to the pond ecosystem? F, snails. G, oxygen. H, earthworms. J, lizards. Number 9. Which non-living elements do plants need in an ecosystem to survive? A, sunlight. B, carbon dioxide. C, water. D, all of the above. Which non-living element do plants need in an ecosystem to survive? A, sunlight. B, carbon dioxide. C, water. D, all of the above.